negativity for months and months and months. What are you going to say now? Do you believe us now? The storm is coming. Oh, Brian Kelly can't recruit. We're so far behind here. We're so far behind there. No, you are not. Stop listening to the fear-mongering. Within the last 6 months of Brian Kelly's tenure, he's gotten one out-of-state five-star to not only commit but sign to Louisiana State University. And per some, all of you know what's going on. There have been predictions all day long that LSU sits in a very good position with a wide receiver out in Miami. But all I keep hearing is the negativity about your head coach. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, let me go ahead and testify to you today. Let me testify to you today. Your athletic director that gave a man $90 million guaranteed has gone on multiple radio shows, multiple podcasts, multiple venues, TAF events, and said that he loves recruiting. And you thought for a Rudy Poo second that he was going to allow LSU to fall behind. Shame on you for believing the lies. Shame on you. I have a huge show in store for you, though. We do have a huge show, though, in store, though, Pooh Bear. Huge. Massive show. Yes, don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. But that's not all we're going to talk about. Rufino's rants, as you just heard a bit of it. We'll get into that. You shouldn't have panicked. Don't panic about recruiting in June. Guys, don't do it. We will, though. We'll transition a little bit, though, before we get to Mike Jones. Who? Mike Jones. Who? Mike Jones. Who? Mike Jones Jr., LSU starting middle linebacker, joins us. We're going to talk, though, a little bit about this college football deal that continues to come up in reference to the Pac-12, ACC. Let's talk about it a little bit. How does that affect LSU? Let me read this comment. Pooh Bear says, plus the weatherman said it's a light chance of snow. Jeezy and Brian Kelly. Like your boy, the fat dude on Family Guy said, it's gonna rain. And guys, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. They're not done in the month of July for guys in the 23 and 24 class. They aren't done yet. Nurse Court says chance of storms during recruiting 100%. She's right. We'll get to Mike Jones Jr. We'll talk about the state of college football. And really not just college football, but college athletics as a whole. KMC sends us $4.99 via Super Chat. He says, MUM expert. Is this Miami? I'm assuming instead of University of Mississippi, he's talking about Miami. LSU NIL game is obviously strong. You love to see it, but BK can't recruit. Guys, again, we're going to get into it because I have a laundry list of things that I've repeated over the last couple months. I guess it fell on deaf ears to some, but now that you're seeing the fruit of your loin, pause, the fruit of your labor, pause, the fruit of what BK's doing, you will now understand. I've been waiting for this day for 4 months, y'all. 4 months, Pooh. I'll tell you this. There's not a human being outside of my wife on planet Earth that I have talked to more and has heard more of my ranting and raving than Pooh Bear, our producer. Because sometimes you just got to sit on shit. Pause. Mega pause. If you're a man, don't sit on nothing. You get what I'm saying? Let's get into it, though. You're damn right. You're goddamn right we're getting into it. Oh, Blake can say he's right now. Bullshit. We come on a show 5 days a week. You're damn right we're going to talk about it. All right. Everybody do us a favor, though, and hit the like and share the Facebook. Guys, I'm looking at the numbers. Pooh Bear, look at the numbers on Facebook. Look at them. I want 100 people, 200 people to like the post on Facebook. Like the video, like the show on Facebook. Do it. Hit the share. Hell, I might give away $100 to one lucky person that hits the like and share on Facebook and YouTube. All you got to do is tag us. Actually, Pooh Bear, you know what? $100 to anybody watching the show tonight that hits the like and share button, shares it to their own social media platforms, shares it to a Facebook group. If you're on YouTube, you share it to Facebook, tag us, tag me, Blake J. Ruffino on Twitter. Like, share, subscribe. I'm giving out 100. I got 5 of it. It's my contribution to NIL. Chris English sends him some stars via Facebook. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. I'm giving out $100. Crisp $100 bill via Venmo. Hey, a Facebook user? Look at this, Pooh. Facebook user is the name. I did, Blake Ruffino. Okay. Ain't nothing changed but my change, and I stay the same. Last one, and then we'll get started. Nurse Court sends $9.99 via Super Chat. She says, last call for NILSU fan club memberships open to all of those who believed from the start, closed to the naysayers. Y'all are a bunch of suckers. I agree. All right, Luke Pooh. If you're listening to us, by the way, on YouTube, subscribe button, notification bell, listen to us on XM Radio, all that great stuff. Fantastic. Like, review, subscribe, all that good stuff. All right, let's pay these bills. Let's talk about our good friends over at GM Varno & Sons and betonline.ag. Guys, we'll be back in a minute, and we're going to tee off LSU's making waves in recruiting. Our partners over at BetOnline continue to be the number one source for all of your betting needs and sports info. Find all the latest sports developments, including updated odds on the NBA playoffs, fights, and even next season's futures. And don't forget that the MLB is back as well. Who are you picking to win the World Series? BetOnline is your continued source for all of your sports wagering needs, including live betting and your favorite Vegas, casino, and poker games. It's easy to get started, so head on over to their website. Use betonline.ag. Use that promo code BELIEVE. That's BLEAV. That's BLEAV to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. That's betonline.ag. BetOnline.ag. With over 65 years of experience, nobody is better equipped to service in your vehicle than GM Varno & Sons. RV repair, big rig overhauls, motorhome chassis, routine maintenance, tire rotations, tire sales. No job is too big or too small over at GM. If you break down on the side of the road in the greater Baton Rouge area, they will come and get you. And the best thing about that is that they can come and get you, and then they can bring your vehicle back to their shop and start the repairs right then. Again, GM Varno & Sons. Go see them over at 2500 Fuller Boulevard. Give them a call at 225-664-9992. 225-664-9992. Tell them your good friend Blake Ruffino sent you on by. God damn. Dylan Smith sends us $100 via Super Chat. My man sends us $100. My man got them bands. Fixing them Generacs is good business. Dylan, you could come have a beer at the Ruffino household anytime you like. You do something like that, free beer. So Dylan's paying for Dylan's paying for all you guys to like and share. Dylan, man, the GOAT. Dylan, I take back any jokes I've ever made about you, ever. Dylan said something, guys, I agree with him. Look, we can be in Twitter spaces. Dylan say something, can be dead ass wrong. I agree with Dylan. Listen to Dylan. All right, thank you, Dylan. I really do. I really do appreciate that. Okay, so let's do this. Pooh Bear, I've been tagged in on Twitter from this Miami fan. Apparently now LSU is one of the top players in the NIL game. It's all over Twitter. Hey, Pooh Bear, did you know Jaylen Brown was getting $10 million to come to LSU? So what Miami's saying, apparently LSU's NIL game is really strong. Guys, sometimes, so let's get into it. Let's get this thing started, y'all. Everybody hit the like and share. Guys, sometimes we got to take a step back from LSU. Okay? Not everything is as perfect as it seems. Not everything is as bad as it seems. The only thing that is as perfect as it seems, maybe, is 2019 LSU football. Probably the only thing that we have seen over the last 30 years that's as perfect around LSU. But they still had their issues. Couldn't score in the red zone against all. Sometimes, guys, we just got to take a step back from everything going on and around us when it comes to LSU. Guys, I'm here to tell you, if you were, and I've said this ad nauseum, and here are the talking points that we've talked about over the last 4 months ad nauseum. Whether it be on this show, Twitter Spaces, whether it be me going on the Bill King show, shout out to my buddy Bill. Go listen to his show in the mornings from 6 to 9 a.m. Guys, LSU was not behind. There's a difference in being behind somebody. Behind whom? Like, are you behind A&M? Are you behind Texas? Are you behind this guy and that guy? Plans can be different. Situations can be different. Brian Kelly told us that once the new bill was passed, ain't nothing changed but my change. My name's BK. I'm going to stay the same. Did you really think Brian Kelly, one of the more analytical men in college football as a head coach, really and legitimately wouldn't have a plan? Guys, with all due respect, and I don't mean to money count Brian Kelly. Like, I really don't. We have found out that he was making $8.5 to $9 million a year at Notre Dame. Making $9.5 million over the next 10 years isn't necessarily getting him gritty. I mean giddy. He's making the same money. It's about the money. It's about the $90 million guarantee. Guys, he was never getting fired at Notre Dame. The only thing he kept doing was making the damn playoff. No, what this is about is because, do you really believe, and this, I will use Harold Perkins as an example, but I think you're getting my drift here. Do you really think Harold Perkins was going to get flipped from A&M to go to Notre Dame? Did you really think that that was going to happen? Well, Blake, Notre Dame's having the success with Marcus Freeman. Sounds good. Bet you the kid start decommitting when he starts getting them cheeks clapped. Winning is all that matters. Want to know why Dante Moore's not committing? Tell him what he's won, Bob. Reality. Maybe, just maybe, it's about playing time for that young man. Behind my ass. So now, if Brian Kelly, what we've just seen from Jamar Cain, and replenishes the defensive line, guys, Ali Gay's gone next year. Jaquelin Roy's more than likely gone Next year, boring, injury, God bless him, knock on wood. Knock on wood. BJ Ojolari's gone next year, barring something crazy. They replenish that position. Brad Davis is on his way. If you're able to get guys like Zalance Hurd, if you're able to get guys like Chase Basantis, and you got 2 5-star recruits, I don't give. Emory Jones isn't a 4-star recruit. Sorry. Tell your mama and them about AYS. If you think, oh, well, Blake, he's a 4-star. No, he's not. No, he's not. And then you get Will Campbell. Guys, they're building something at LSU. Mike Jones Jr., who told you that being around Brian Kelly in his own way reminds him of being around Dabo. You can hate Dabo all you want. The only thing that man done is win 2 national titles. Oh, Blinky stinks. Oh, Dabo doesn't stink. He might Bible thump a little bit. So what? He wins natties. And he's doing good at recruiting. At some point, we have to come to the realization, like the very tough and realistic realization, that you are LSU. Did you think that LSU was like last night? I know I said something I probably shouldn't have said, but LSU is that 800-pound gorilla with a chainsaw as a penis. I'm quoting someone. The Paul Feinbaum shows who I'm quoting. Guys, LSU, my name's not Mike, but LSU legitimately raised over $45 million worth of funds last year alone. Blake, A&M raised $30 million last year. Ting! I don't give 2 Rudy of poos what they raised. The only thing that I can see as of right now is they're the only team in the SEC that hasn't won a national title since the 1940s in the Big 3 sports. Like it's just a nuanced thing. They just came into money. You know, they just came into their inheritance. Like that's what's going on here. Excuse me. Like that's what's going on. Your AD and Brian Kelly was not going to go down without a fight. Now, I know what a lot of you, I know, pause. I get it. I know. Dylan's always right. I know why a lot of you are here. I'm going to let the man announce on Friday. I feel good about it. Pooh Bear. Well, I don't think Pooh was in the spaces, but we've had others that were in there. We were in the spaces last week, Pooh Bear, Twitter spaces. And there was a Miami fan named Roland. His government name is Roland, by the way. And he started ripping on LSU about not being even a contender and a wide receiver out in Miami sweepstakes. Newsflash. You see this? I'm pointing to everybody listening on XM and podcast. I'm pointing to my hat that says LSU Tigers. You see this? We don't go down without a fight. So now, I was there. Aunt Marshall, he was there. When I started telling him, be careful what you wish for, Roe. Be careful what you wish for. Is Alonzo Lowe Smith. Is the Jaylen Brown commitment, if he commits to LSU, is it an end-all, be-all? No, it's not. Same with Derek Williams. I feel very comfortable about this one. Could be wrong. Don't care. But just remember, always, never in a million years, never, ever, I mean ever, count out LSU. Maybe they're not in it with a kid. Sure, sounds good. Don't want to come here, see you. Move on. If LSU flips a quarterback and they're doing if they do some things on the offensive line and at linebacker, guys, I'm done. It's done. It's done. Then you start adding pieces. It's done. And by the way, when's tomorrow? Guys, tomorrow we're going to be watching Jeremiah Hughes commit. Corner, Bishop Gorman. What if that young man commits? 199 super chat from Chile on YouTube. Blake, keep the 5-star safety flip in the tuck. I'll keep that thing tucked away. Guys, it's not over. Speaking of Derek Williams, Lamar Williams, see the last name, says you should be comfortable about it, Blake. Blake, things are changing. Things are changing. Very interesting. Very interesting. LSU wants to build dynasties. Dynasties. Who is this? I keep seeing them pop up. E-Dub says fanboy Kool-Aid drinkers. Who's a fanboy? Pooh Bear, I had this dream last night because we had so many comments. You know what? You know what would be funny as hell? If we just did a show and we sent the link to everybody that wanted to come on the show and debate. How awesome would it be if these little fake accounts came up here and wanted to argue with your boy? I think we're going to do that. All right, let's get to a couple comments in here too. Michael B says, sends us $10 via Super Chat. He says, what has been the difference between us and Bama for the last decade? It's been line play on both lines of the ball. I fully agree with Michael B here. He says, we have had the skill players on the same level for the most part, if not better, and they have been better. But he says BK is going after the lines. Guys, he is. Again, and I said this last night. What happens if Brian Kelly recruits on both lines of scrimmage like he did at Notre Dame, but yet gets the skill players on the outside, offensively and defensively, that he could not get to Notre Dame? What then? Because all of the guys, this isn't Orgeron. Guys, I love Ed Orgeron to death. I really do. Got after him about things that went on in football. Ed Orgeron is a fantastic human being. Fantastic human being. He's not a head coach for multiple seasons. He's just not. He's a fantastic human being. I liked Les Miles before all the shit came out because I didn't know anything about it. Guys, Brian Kelly is not Les Miles. He is not toss dive, run it down your throat. But you know what? Pause. Running it down your throat. Pause. But at least Les Miles had a plan. You know what's funny? Billy Black, appreciate the stars. What's funny is, guys, you do have to be a good coach. You don't luck into 2 national titles. Larry Coker lucked into winning a national title at Miami. It's kind of like Les knew what he was doing. A little bit. Horrible offensive play caller. But man, did he have some talent. You are more too on the Nick Saban side with Brian Kelly and Jay Johnson and Kim Mulkey And the guy we don't really know about yet is Matt McMahon. Guys, what I'm hearing about even Jay Johnson in recruiting, he's taking jets and shit to recruits' houses and sitting down like it's football. The biggest thing, and we'll get to all these comments. The biggest thing, guys, we haven't played a football game yet. We haven't played a football game yet. And we were out here panicking in June. I get that we don't have the content. Actually, guys, with all due respect to everyone, it's not that hard to come up with content. It's really not. It's really not. It doesn't matter, and Pooh, how the 323 people live in here, doesn't matter that there's 323 people live in here if there's one. Doesn't matter. Don't push negative shit. All right, let's get to these comments. Chris English says, let's go. LGZ, I'm just running through some of these. Matthew Alama, I hope I'm saying that right, on YouTube, says LSU is behind in NIL. It's time to panic. Wee-oo, wee-oo, wee-oo. 3 siren emojis. But he says BK should have done a better job developing relationships in his first 6 months. Yeah, Matt. Pooh Bear, do you think that that's sarcasm? I think that that's sarcasm. C King says Blake was the only one saying don't panic. Let him yell. I'm sorry I yell. KMC says it's a great day to be a Tiger. We got to still wait and see what happens Friday. Chance Babin says straight out of the gate tonight. Yeah, that we were. Doughboy Beasy says Dylan Baby Precious Smith. Yeah, very true. Very true. I do appreciate Dylan sending us that. Jared Billiard says, quote unquote, Mom, I seen Dylan handing someone something in a Ziploc. Dylan, let me find out you selling that, selling hand Bibles, Jehovah's Witness Bibles, the New Testament. I very quickly, I used to keep like 3 of them in my book set. Like when look at my dog. Come here, Fanny. My dog hates it when Ben leaves. My son Ben's at swimming lessons. Yeah. Hey man, I'm training a Navy SEAL over here. Either we're going to be clapping some fools on the football field, or he's going full Michael Phelps, or he's going to be. I don't want to be a Navy SEAL. No way. No way, pal. No way. Buster Tanner says Dallinger is committing Friday too. We should be in pretty good position with him as well. I don't know how much confidence I have there, but we'll see. Mikey says BK knew what our weaknesses were, and he's coming out the door swinging. I agree with that, guys. I mean, I fully agree with that. Matthew says sarcasm, Blake. I figured as much, but you never really know. You don't know. Sometimes you just don't know. Alton Scott says steps to the podium, taps the mic. BK is just getting started. Get your popcorn ready and buckle up. The storm is coming. Yeah, the storm is coming. The storm's here. Guys, the storm's here. I know you see Bobby and Arsenal, Jordan Arsenal. I know that you see I know that you see Sherman, all those guys tweeting all this stuff. Guys, they're doing that because they know. And when we're tweeting it before, maybe, guys, newsflash, we know. Shit. We do got some breaking news, Pooh Bear. Breaking. LSU middle linebacker Mike Jones Jr. joins us in about 15. But we do have some big news. 5-star quarterback Dante Moore is setting to make his college decision Friday, July the 8th. Okay, so I'll be starting at the end of the show. I will start to run some of this down. I don't know how confident I feel with that one either, but it's okay. It's okay. We'll start running that down. But I just thought all you guys should know that Dante Moore, if you weren't listening, plans to make his decision this Friday as well. Tyler says, hashtag ask Blake, don't we sit in a good position for offensive lineman Chase Pasantis? I think that we do. I don't know how good I feel with TJ Shanahan, but we'll see. Mikey says, Blake, I like purple Kool-Aid. Isn't that thing that, what was his name? Helter Skelter? What was his name? Didn't he make people drink purple Kool-Aid? Charles Manson. Bing James says they are all homers, E-Dub. You right. Okay. Pooh Bear, do you think I'm a homer? Or am I a truth teller? A truth teller. Brandon Reese says Les Miles and Orgeron missed out in in-state kids while they were there. People didn't worry about it, and they still won games. Agreed. Dylan Allen says, hashtag ask Blake, speak on the BK holding the Deion Smith transcripts for 22K BS from that random Ole Miss fan. I don't think he's a random Ole Miss fan, and I think he lives in Memphis. Let me tell you this in some of the preliminary stuff that I've heard. I had kind of just been told that it has a lot of falsehoods to it. I was just told it has a lot of falsehoods to it. I haven't looked too much into it. Maybe I should, but I hear it's got some falsehoods to it. So, with that being said alone, I don't know what to believe there. I don't know what to believe. Jatori Marks, I hope I'm saying your name right, young man. But he says they just made the Super 16 list. Who just made the Super 16 list? Bro, look at Carl Dunn saying hashtag pause. Carl, where you been, dog? Carl ain't been in Twitter Spaces since Orgeron got fired. Oh, I know what it is. Carl, I know why you hadn't been in Twitter Spaces. Carl, you dirty dog, you. Carl's a dirty dog. Carl, I saw you up in them spaces that night. Oh, shit. Blaine Smith says, hashtag ask Mike. I guess this is for Mike Jones. Who Mike Jones? All right, we'll star that one. We'll come back to it. Justin Broussard says, Blake, it's Jim Jones with the Kool-Aid, not Charles Manson. Jim Jones. Okay. Kenny says that was Jim Jones who made his followers drink Kool-Aid. Okay, I'm wrong on that one. I thought it was Charles Manson. Deli says on YouTube, can we flick Ricky Collins? I think that we can, and I think that we should. I think we should go all after him, man. I mean, I really like Ricky Collins. I mean, look, I have some things that I think that he's got to work on. I think, again, I've said this ad nauseum too. I think he throws like a baseball player, and we talked about this with Quarter the Power Bryant the other night. It's just like a baseball routine. So if you can't hear me, I apologize. And if you're listening to us, I apologize too. But he's here, like he takes his snap, okay, or like what you would do, fielding a ground ball to the belt buckle. Then he's coming down and then up and then release. Where in football, it should be come here, right? Like sit at the chest, protect the ball, two hands on the ball, here. I don't like the wasted motion, right? Now, I do think that has some strength to it because you get more momentum when you go here. So everybody in your living room who's not ever thrown a ball before, try to do this. You get momentum built because you're loading up with your hips instead of just being here, loading with the hips, fire. You know, what's funny is everybody makes fun of Dak Prescott for doing the hip thrust, right? Like, guys, that's not a joke. I mean, that's not really actually, to me, funny. I think that that's got a lot of skills into it. So when you're sitting here and you're fielding and you're here and you throw, it's much more wasted motion. And here's the thing I don't like about that too. When you're here, okay, when you're down, when your elbow's down and you're trying to come up to throw the football, If there's a defensive end that can't get a sack, but he's right there up on you, just hit the ball. Knock it out. He's got to be here. He's got to be there. Jamie Brady says, who will the next baseball transfer be? Well, you know what? Let's table that, Pooh Bear. And let's pay some bills around this thing before we get Mike Jones in here in about 5 minutes. Let's talk about our good friends over at Gramco and our good friend Carol Falls over at State Farm. Guys, we'll be back in a minute and a half. Guys, I've got to talk to you about our good friends over at Gramco. They are the Delta 8 company based out of the state of Florida. They're founded by college football junkies just like you and I am not sure if you're familiar with Delta 8, but you need to be. Gramco is the absolute leader in this field, and they have phenomenal products that I just need to tell you about. First off is the Wake and Bake coffee that is absolutely spectacular. The gummies are as well, as they're the best in the market. So go to thegramco.com right now and use the promo code AYS25. That's thegramco.com, AYS25 promo code to get 25% off of your order. Jump on this fast as it is perfect for holidays, anniversaries, and everyday use. Gramco is hemp-derived and completely legal inside of the state of Louisiana. No medical card is needed, and shipping is very discreet. You must be 21 years older to order. Again, that's thegramco.com. Use that promo code AYS25. Guys, you might know my good friend Carol Falls and all the great service that he provides over at State Farm. He is your good neighbor after all. But did you know State Farm has surprisingly great rates as well? Along with the great neighbor service, State Farm agent Carol Falls has surprisingly great rates for everyone inside the state of Louisiana. So call him today at 985-395-4300, 985-395-4300 for all of those surprisingly great rates on auto, home, and life insurance needs. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there, and individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to the State Farm underwriting requirements. All right, Mike Jones Jr. is going to be joining us in just a second, so stick with us, stay with us. I missed the comment. Jamie Brady says, who will the next baseball transfer be? I'm not sure yet. Look, I know a lot of people every single day continue to ask me about Hurston Waldrop. Guys, that recruitment is goofy as hell. It's like, it's like you're dating Mickey Mouse and you leave that Mickey Mouse and you end up with a Goofy. You know what I mean? Like, shout out to Kanye West. One more, and then we got Mike Jones in the building. Who? Dylan, God, man, that shit hurts my chest. Pause. Pooh Bear, my producer, got me saying pause so many times. Like, I just be saying stupid shit, like looking at mashed potatoes. Pause. I mean, shit done got no reference to it. All right, last one. We're getting to Mike Jones Jr. He says tight end is one of the biggest or one of the last portal spots. Any ideas? I think it is, but I think they got to roll with Cole Taylor. That's a big mamma jamma. All right, let's do this. Let's talk about our good friends over at the Drake Williams Law Firm, drakewilliamslawfirm.com. Your starting middle linebacker, the Brian Urlacher of LSU football. I was trying to think about your boy from Ole Miss, number 52. I for whatever reason. Patrick Willis. He's the Patrick Willis. He is one Coach Flint workout away from being the LSU Bobby Wagner. Oh, he's going to love I said that. Mike Jones Jr. joins us next. Let's talk about our good friends over the Drake Williams Law Firm. Be back in 45 seconds with your starting middle linebacker. The Drake Williams Law Firm, drakewilliamslawfirm.com. Whether you've been injured in an accident, you're preparing for a future with your estate planning, you're getting ready to close in on a real estate deal, or you're about to welcome a new addition through adoption into your family, or you're facing criminal charges, you need very experienced attorneys, and that is what the Drake Williams Law Firm will be able to do for you in navigating the legal system. The door to their cozy office in historic downtown Ponchatoula has been open since 1981. They have helped thousands and thousands of Louisiana families and individuals win cases, close on real estate deals, and regain that peace of mind.
Their lawyers over at the Drake Williams Law Firm, Ernie Drake III, Ryan J. Williams, and Summer Vignair, are very determined, compassionate, and dedicated to their craft. It's the Drake Williams Law Firm, drakewilliamslawfirm.com. Give them a call today at 985-386-7600. Tell them your good friend Blake Ruffino at AYS sent you on by.
I'm getting better. You know, some people, Mike Jones Jr., LSU starting middle linebacker, join us. I have been known or called over the last couple of weeks. You will enjoy this. The Mike Jones Jr. of the podcast game. What are your thoughts about that?
I think that's a great thing. You know, a lot of room to show a lot of people some great things this year. That's what you're giving this year.
Okay, so, right. Like, ain't nothing changed, but my change, we gonna stay the same, right? Like, I'm Mike Jones. Don't act like you don't know the name. All right. I'm done kidding. Mike Jones Jr. join us. Everybody do us a favor. Hit the like and share. Fire in your questions. Hashtag Ask Mike. Listen, man. It's a lot of buzz around the Tigers right now, whether it be recruiting, whether it be you guys on the field. I heard a little birdie tell me that Coach Flynn even put a little workout on y'all yesterday at 1:30. I'm not going to say who told me, but y'all getting a little ready, man. It seems like the team is getting ready. Like everybody's ready to start hitting, getting the pads on, and they're ready to go, Mike. I mean, I know the coaches are talking about it. What about the players?
Yeah, man. Absolutely. I can at least say for myself, like, I looked at my watch today and I was like, July 6th? Is it? I don't even know. Is it the 6th or 7th? I don't know if that was today or yesterday.
Yeah, that's today.
But you know what I'm saying, man, it's already July. And I remember like it was May not that long ago when the spring game had just ended. I'm like, we back at it next month now. So the energy has definitely changed, man. Guys are excited, you know, and you know, we just that much closer to opening day down in New Orleans.
Did you play Florida State when you were at Clemson?
Yes, I did.
What's that like? What's that rivalry like? What can you share us about kind of the intensity about the Florida State fan base? Like, did you go to Tallahassee when you were in Clemson?
So my freshman year, we went there. I redshirted. Sophomore year, they came to us. I played that year. And then my third year, COVID year, and they canceled the game once we got into Tallahassee.
Oh, man.
Wasn't too happy about that one.
So, like, what did y'all do? I know what y'all did. Y'all read y'all's Bibles in the hotel room. Y'all read those. That's crazy. So, what do you remember though about your freshman year? Do you remember anything about it? Do you remember like just how like the fan base? Like, what can we expect? Will they travel there? Like, even when y'all played them at Clemson, did the fan base travel a lot to South Carolina?
I think they did. They for sure brought a good little bit of fans. They did, but I don't know if they were having their best year or not that year, you know. And we were having a pretty good year, so you know, I think they kind of knew what was up.
Is that the Natty year?
Sophomore year. That was the year. That was LSU year.
Oh, okay. Oh, so your freshman year is the year that y'all went undefeated and won the Natty, right?
Yeah. Everyone sophomore year, it was down here in New Orleans.
Mike, did you see Burrow and them during your spring game? Did you see Joe? Did you get to talk to him?
And I missed him. You know, the offensive guys always find the offensive guys, man. And
yeah, stupid offensive lineman, and you know, stupid Clyde. Oh, you want a Natty? See, I was envisioning that you walk up to Joe Burrow and just like, hey, man, can you not throw passes that good? You know, that's what I imagine.
That's the PTSD about that dude, man. I don't know if I'm ready to talk to him.
I wouldn't either. I mean, he's got perfect hair. He's got perfect quarterback physique. Pause. I mean, it just it's crazy. Mike, let me ask you. When we talk about the season, you know, there's so many things that we could repeat and recycle, repeat and recycle. Yeah. But I think the fan base is starting to buy in to not even the team, but the coaching staff. It always happens because of recruiting. Yeah. Look, do you feel that? Do you feel the fan base starting to get like the wave, the title baseball season's over with, like the tidal wave is starting to come. Do you start feeling that in it?
Yeah, absolutely, man. And more recently, I've seen all these guys commit to LSU, and now like I'm seeing people like, oh yeah, y'all thought Coach Kelly was done, and it's good to see that the fans are really starting to get back behind these guys, man. We got a great staff, man. We did a great job of bringing the right guy in, man, and bringing the right group of guys in. And, that's a part of the reason I came back. I came back because I believed in them and they could help me develop in the player I wanted to be, and I feel like you look at LSU, you look at the future of LSU, man, I say we're in a really good spot, to be where you want to be. If you're going to be one of them top programs that are consistently, competing at that playoff level every year, I feel like we really have the staff to be one of those programs.
I mean, you just brought the heat on that one, my brother.
I believe that. I believe that 100%.
I feel it. I feel it. Look, I tell you, I'm about to run through this wall. I mean, like my name's Ed Orgeron, like Coach O. I mean, he'd make me go run through a wall too, But that's interesting. Deshaun Walmack committed on our show Monday, and that was, great young man from Baltimore. But yeah, I mean, it's always gets intense with the fans and stuff like that. Mike, listen, defensively, we've talked about it's starting to come out in these preseason polls and your guys up front. And we talked about it and we projected it. Mike, you've mentioned to us multiple times, and everything that you said on the show has become pretty factual so far. Mike, I mean, this front seven, man. You, Greg, Mike, Baskerville, BJ, Roy, Smith, Gay. I mean, what do you say, man? Because now it's starting to get intense when you see other people outside of LSU saying that you guys could be one of the best units in the front sevens in the country. Yeah. How do you humble yourself, but while still having that intensity, like, hey, we're some bad dudes out here too?
Yeah. I think, man, and this is like the way I feel like we all think, man. We are all driven so much on like wanting to be great. That is like not about the outside noise at all. We really got a group that really wants to put some great football on film, wants to go out there, dominate, execute, and win big games, And so I feel like when you're driven by wanting to have success, you don't worry about the noise, the verbal success before the season. That stuff doesn't do nothing for you. We want our flowers when we win, And
right.
I feel like we really all have that mindset, and so it's easy to stay humble, man. We got a hungry group. We got a really hungry group, man, and it's like I'm glad to see it because like to know other guys think like me, that really makes me. I mean, of course, I've been believed, but like just to know they thinking the same, you know what I'm saying? That's when I feel like you click as a defense, especially when you got because my mindset is crazy. I want to dominate everybody, and these guys, they do too, man, and we're hungry for it, and I'm excited to see how the season plays out, man, especially if we're out there executing and playing to the level that I know we can play.
One more, and we'll get to some of these fan questions in here for you. Mm-hmm. How much of that 2018 Clemson front seven and you learning behind guys like Isaiah and that whole defensive lineman, y'all still got defensive linemen getting drafted from that 18 class. It's crazy. To me that y'all had like 77 different defensive linemen in the first round. It's ridiculous. But how much did you learn from that defense and that front seven that was so good and translating it now to the front seven that you're running up front with the guys that you are here now with LSU?
Yeah. I would say that I learned more little things about, great defensive football then. I watched the way those guys worked with each other, and just the time they spent with each other outside of football, and when it translated to the field, man, these guys were out there battling for each other, every week. And you're gonna play to a higher level when your guys depending on you. Mm-hmm. And I saw that over and over and over. I saw the way that they communicated with each other, just played off each other, man. And that's one thing that really got me excited, with the group that we have now, that was, like I said, that 2018 was a super talented group, man. And I believe we have that same type of talent. I don't know if we got an Isaiah Simmons on our team.
You. I ain't laughing. I mean, hey, all I heard was, They thought that, you could play tailback. You could play running back. I mean, you could play tight end, wide receiver. Mike Jones goes around the locker room telling everybody he's the fastest dude on the team. That's all I heard.
Man, back in my young days, now I'm like, hey, I do my job really well.
All right, listen to me. You know I love you to death. Stop saying you're so old. I'm like 39. Okay, I'm 32. You're too young. Stop it. Well, let me tell you, too, when we were up at Football Ops a couple weeks ago, just seeing the whole team eating in the facility together, everybody kind of joking and ripping on one another. Yeah. You're not a good team if you're not ripping on the next guy, too. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
Dang, dog, you got mashed potatoes, son. Like, hey, man. All right, let's get to a couple of these fan questions. Chance Babin says, #ask Mike Jones. Can you see yourself working in the media after your NFL career? You have the right personality.
That's a great question. And that's something I actually really recently just started thinking about. I never thought that, that was what I was going to do. But, I've heard a few people recently have started to say things like that. And now mine's kind of been open to it. And I don't think I could do it. I don't know if that's something that, I'll have the opportunity to do. But if the opportunity presented itself, I don't think there's nothing wrong with talking football all the time.
I mean, if not, you can be like Sugar Sean O'Malley and play Call of Duty all day, but I think
don't let me be a streamer.
Hey, are you planning on doing one anytime soon?
I will have. I'm gonna have a big stream for sure before fall camp. I'm talking at least 3 hours of gameplay, a real streaming day, like when I'm gonna be a real streamer.
Okay, it was probably one of the funniest things I'd ever heard in my life, especially your cousin. Mike, you just got shot again. Like it was. I think you could do both, but seriously, after your NFL career, Mike, why limit it to after? I mean, you see, 23 from Golden State. Shoot,
Draymond doing the podcast.
You see Draymond going live minutes after a game. Like I was listening to a podcast and Draymond was like, "You see that dude try to shoot that three on me?" And I'm like, "Draymond, hush." But I mean, the world is so changed. Yeah. I think you're cut out for it, man. I could see you really doing it. You definitely have the personality. Dylan Smith says #ask Mike. Okay, best pizza joint and BR. It's got to be Red Zeppelin, right?
I've never been to Red Zeppelin, but I do have some proof for you. My cousin just came down the past week. Let me try to grab this pizza box right here. Schlitz and giggles.
Okay. I'm
not gonna lie. That is one of my favorite pizzas.
Okay.
It's really good.
We need you to try Rocca's Pizzeria.
Rocca?
Yes, it's on government, not too far from you.
Okay.
You ain't got to get the pizza. Go in there and get Rocca. At this point, you're gonna owe me money. Go in there and get the garlic knots. You're gonna come out there swinging I mean, you're gonna come out there swinging like, bro, dude. I'm telling you, they're good.
What about Red Zeppelin? Is that a good place too?
It's the dog pizza. Ooh, fresh out of Italy, dog. I mean, good, man. Fresh out of Italy. The Italianas came to play. Like I feel like when they're at Red Zeppelin making a good pizza pie, the song "Mamma Mia, Papa Pia, Mamma Mia" is playing back there. You know what I mean? Really good pizza. You gotta try it out. Have you tried anything recently that you hadn't tried before?
Not really, man. My family came down. My sister, she was doing a little bit of things at the Essence Festival. And so my family came down. I got 50 wings from the Blue Store, and I had my own. And so I'm not having anything new, but they did, and they all really liked them.
Have you talked to Miss Anita yet? I want a small red bean. I want a small red beans and rice. Oh, I only want one piece of cornbread. Like, how do you have a piece of cornbread like this big, dog? I mean,
That's how you know it's good when it's
I
just no
know.
size into it.
Man, I feel like she puts her soul into it. Like, I swear to God, I feel like the Holy Ghost is going to enter me when I'm eating there. Okay, I'm trying to find one more, Mike. Excuse me. Danny Girl says, hashtag Ask Mike. I have seen other schools have a player podcast with a few current players. Is that something that you would like to do in the future? So kind of like the same other one too. Like the let me rephrase it in a different way. Would you do the Draymond? Would you do like what Draymond's doing?
I believe I could, but knowing myself and how passionate I get after games, I couldn't do it. Like I need a whole day
to
calm down, get over the film, before I can respond, because I'm like doing media after the games. Like I really have to like really breathe and slow down my breathing and get ready to calm down and put anything that might have irritated me away. Because I'm like after games, I'm still on fire. Like I'm like my mind's still racing, thinking about the game the whole time. And so, you can't say like you got to watch what you say. And so doing something like that right after, I might say something that might, piss some guys who are going to play off, or, I might say something about the next week opponent that they might play in their team meeting the week before, and now they're mad at me trying to take me out.
Right. Did you see what Mike Jones said?
Yeah, one of them. And so I could do it. I would just have to really plan it out, to give me time to say the best things, to say what needs to be said at the right time.
Trust me, as someone who does this for a living, you do. How Draymond does it, I have no idea. Okay, Mike, you've been fantastic, my man. We'll see you next week. We'll be up there and hanging out. And I still got to give you your chain. I hadn't forgotten. Oh, yeah. I wear it to make myself look cool in front of the ladies, especially my wife. But anyway, thank you so much, Mike. We'll see you again next week.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it, man.
All right, that's Mike Jones Jr., LSU starting middle linebacker. Guys, we're going to just go ahead. Okay, I missed this very quickly. The $20 super chat from Damon Briggs. Thank you so much. He says the game has really changed in football. What happened to the 6'4", 250-pound linebackers? Not saying it's a bad thing. Man, this game got faster, Briggs. You know what I mean? Game just got so much faster. And you got to have – I mean, look, Mike's not small. I mean, we're the same height. We're about 6'3". I mean, I'd say he's about 235, 240. He's a big dude, man. He's a big dude. All right, guys, we'll see y'all again tomorrow. Everybody head over to Tiger Bait YouTube channel, LSU Tigers on Tiger Bait. Mike Scarborough is going to do his show. I know he's going to talk a lot of recruiting. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Oh, and the Golden Boot Pod tomorrow, too. Boot, 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 boot. And the Spaces later tonight. All right, we'll see y'all soon. Y'all have a good night. Peace out, Girl Scouts.